Looks like a girl named McKenna mentioned us in their story.
On October 26, 2018, I went on my first date with a guy named Cheech. Uh-oh.
Do you know a Cheech?
It's from Cheech and Chong.
That's the only Cheech I've ever heard of. Okay.
I lived in Indiana. He lived in Chicago. We went out for 11 months. Everything was great until I went to his apartment one day and it was completely empty. It's been 13 months and I haven't heard from him. He ghosted me and I have no idea why.
I have so many questions. I'm so curious. How often did y'all talk? How did you not know that he was in the process of moving? It's one thing if he just ghosted, but his entire apartment, empty.
It's gotta be heartbreaking.
Hey girl, just saw your stories. We would love to help. Okay.
I wanna know how they met. Like, was it a dating app? Was it through friends? You know, because if it's through friends, then there has to be other people that know Cheech and they kind of know where he went. So she's in the waiting room. Here comes McKenna.
Hey.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, McKenna.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm super excited.
Well, we're excited to help you. Where are you right now, McKenna?
Right now, I'm in Shorewood, Illinois, south suburbs in Chicago.
When you met Cheech, you were living in Indiana, correct?
I was living in Indiana, but he lived in Chicago.
By the way, what is his real name?
Francesco. It's just like an Italian thing, so they call him Cheech.
What was the dating life like out there?
People are a little bit weird in Indiana. I don't want to be mean,
does that
but
mean?
they're just like, just not my type. Like, I'd more rather date somebody that's like from Chicago, from the city.
Okay, McKenna, kind of give us a little background.
Me and Cheech initially met on a dating app. I would like to say it was October 5th of 2018.
What's your first thought when you see him and his profile?
His profile said retired and bored. I'm like, well, this can work. So, I don't know, he just seemed fun. Like, one of his pictures was like him in a bunny suit. Like, I was like, I don't know. So I swiped right and I was like, let's see where this goes, you know? So yeah, our first date, October 26th, we went to the hockey game and we had fourth row tickets. I've never had fourth row tickets. So we just like had a good time, got to know each other.
After the first date, then what?
So, in the beginning, it was really casual. I mean, we went out a lot. The sexual chemistry was there. That actually was always there, constantly. The sex was just out of the world. So I was like, hey, old man. I was like, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, you know?
McKenna, how old are you?
When we met, I was 24 and he was 44. So now I'm 26 and he's 46.
Okay, that's...
The age difference didn't matter. Like, it was like I was hanging out with someone that I was just meant to be with.
How did the whole dynamic work? Did he ever come to Indiana and pick you up? Like, how did you guys kind of go on dates and continue this relationship?
So he doesn't drive. He would just call me an Uber. So I would Uber from Indiana to Chicago and then I would Uber home. It was only about 50 minutes.
That seems like it could have gotten expensive.
I mean, he was paying for the Ubers. I wasn't. I mean, yeah, when we would go out, he'd pay for dinners, bar tabs, just normal dating stuff. Because he was a professional poker player.
He's a professional poker player? Can't trust him. Poker face. You'll never know what's really going on.
Apparently not, because look at the situation I'm in.
There will be many dad jokes coming. You took a gamble on love, you know? And you just gotta play the cards you're dealt. And, you know...
Save him, Travis. Try to save him. Don't give it to him all now.
What else do you think bonded you two?
I really fell in love with Cheech because it was like having a boyfriend and a whole support system all in one, and he listens. We definitely connected when it came to family stuff, for sure. He was my best friend. I told him a lot of really personal things about my family. My mom came up a lot. She had a very bad gambling problem. Just not a nice or good person. And I hate to say that about my own mother, but it's the truth, you know? She completely tore our family apart from gambling. She like abandoned us and my dad, so.
It sounds like it was really painful for you. Did that cause you any pause when you were dating Cheech?
Because of my mom, I didn't want to know too much about his gambling. It was kind of like out of sight, out of mind. He just didn't really present any red flags that my mom did.
Do you still love him?
I felt very deeply in love with him. I would have considered, you know, getting engaged down the road. Like, that's where my head was at. Things were perfect, and then he completely broke my heart. She sucks.
We've never had two hopefuls hook up. An identical twin.
Everybody in Hawaii is in on this.
That's insane. We've never seen anything like this. The Catfish sent you the real guy's Facebook page.
Come on!